Hey y'all, it's of course, you know me, Arbug Lover 1618, and the votes have been tallied, and well, a lot of y'all wanted to see a video of stories about childhood machines. So, yeah, don't worry, I'll do the bag dumps and clean it up with two Kirbys after the video and all that after a decent amount of views get on this video. So, we'll go ahead and start with the ones I had here. And just note that I'm trying to find these. I don't expect to anytime soon, but I'm trying. We'll start with the one that I've been after the most, and it is a Hoover Legacy 2 dual purpose heavy duty. If I remember right, Vacmaster the Great here on YouTube has one. It's the Black Legacy with the hard bag. I think it was U5109, if I remember correctly. Either way, you should definitely go check out his channel and see it. I'll probably link it in the description below. Yeah, the reason that one is so important is not only because it's a childhood vacuum, but I used that one just about every single day that I went over to my oldest sister's house. My papa's house is right next door. It's a condemned house, and she used to pay for power there. Yeah, there was electricity at that place at some point, but there's not anymore. I used to use that one every single day. It was so loud, but I didn't care. It was fun to use. And also, my mom's old Hoover wind tunnel. I don't remember the model number offhand, but it was the purple one, non-wide track, and the switch was down behind the bag door, I believe. It wasn't one of those that had the Legacy Elite style switch where it's at thumb point. Yeah, that one, my mom also on that one, as well as the Legacy. And yeah, that one was also fun to use. I didn't use that one as much as I did the Legacy and the next one on this list and all that, but I did use it, hence why it's a childhood machine, not a childhood sighting like the old Hoover convertible. And we're getting to that one in a moment. Next up here anyway, and I have this one, was the Kirby G5. And yeah, we're going to start telling the stories behind these in a second. And we're going to start again with the ones that were here. And of course, we also have a third one, a fourth one that was here. And I did use this one too, and it was the Diamond Edition. Okay, so now that we know the machines, let's go back to the Legacy. Okay, so the Legacy, I didn't have so much memories with it here, other than it was mainly here to clean up Charlie's mess after my mom got her wind tunnel, I imagine. But yeah, there was apparently, now that I'm remembering correctly, it didn't get tossed. My mom told me that one didn't get tossed, and that that was a different one that I'm thinking of. Yeah, and yeah, she bought it at the BX, which is down in Eglin, Florida, and she brought it here, and later on, after owning it for a while, it got a screw out of my dad's recliner, and she said it bent something. And now that I got more experience with these direct air Hoovers and other machines, it didn't bend something, it broke something. It broke the fan. So anyway, yeah, she asked me if I wanted to clean up Charlie's mess, and I said yeah. And yeah, she got the black Hoover out. I always called it the black Hoover. Um, and yeah, I went to town on Charlie's mess with the legacy, and yeah, after a while, it ended up down at over at my papa's house after my mom got her G5, and before the G5, that was the Kirby Diamond Edition. So the legacy spent quite a few years at my papa's house, and after a while, my mom told me that it was in Papa's house, and I went out there. She asked me if I wanted to vacuum Papa's house, and yeah, I grabbed the legacy, and of course went to town in my Papa's house, and yeah, even if the carpets didn't need to be vacuumed in there, I used it. Then after a while, I think my brother got it, and it went to his wife. And, yeah, because apparently her Eureka was smelling like rubber. Now that I think about it, that Eureka needed brush roll work. But yeah, it was like a blue base, a Eureka Bravo with a... It wasn't a black bag, it was a gray bag. I'm starting to think that's a rare one too. But yeah, she got the legacy, and wherever it went from there, I don't know. So, on to the wind tunnel. I do want the legacy still, by the way. On to the wind tunnel. After the legacy ended up going missing, as far as I'm concerned, it went missing. Yeah, I ended up using that one a lot on the back porch to clean up Charlie's mess. And, yeah, it was so much fun. I don't have as much memory with that one as much as I do the Legacy and the G5, but still, the Legacy is the most popular as far as vacuums over here. Yeah, the Legacy was more popular, but the wind tunnel, I did, as much as I did use that one and all that, which was little, as little of time as I spent with that one, I still want it, but my mom bought that one as well at the BX, as well as the Legacy, and, she used it inside more than she did the Legacy. So, yeah, it was also mostly on the back porch, as I just said, and I would go around. Sometimes I'd play with the attachments, play with the hose and all that, and get into trouble with it. I was a pretty troublesome toddler, as y'all can imagine. But yeah, eventually, got to where I could use it with it plugged in and all that. And, yeah, didn't need permission anymore. Charlie's cage, which was over here under the light fixtures, you can see right here. I would use it to clean out the little mess catcher, clean up the mess under it, and eventually brought it inside and vacuumed my room back when I had carpet. And yeah, like I said, not too much to tell about that one. And on to the Kirby. The the Ultimate G Diamond Edition. Came home from school one day. I believe I was either in first grade or kindergarten. And there was a guy here. I didn't know who he was. All I saw was his orange hair. And, yeah, my mom said he was here with a Kirby. I said, oh, like, Carol's old vacuum. Not Carol, I don't remember her name. I think she was a friend. She was a friend, and she owned a Kirby G3. And, yeah. I already mentioned a Carol, so that's why I said not Carol. Oh boy, what can I name her besides Carol? Because I've already gave someone a nickname Carol. It was on my vlog channel, by the way. What other names start with C? We'll call her Cynthia. It's the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, she was a friend. She lived out in Texas. And, yeah, she owned a G3. And then, she said, yeah, I like Cynthia's vacuum. And, yeah, he put it together. I didn't quite pay attention, so I didn't know that the handles buckle in like a seatbelt. And dirt meter was on it because they don't demonstrate it with the bag. And, yeah, I used it. I went around in the living room a little bit until the dirt meter clogged. Because, you know, you can't really use the dirt meter to make it a bagless Kirby. It's just a demonstration tool. Yeah. I think I went behind the coffee table and got a lot of hair and stuff. My mom came in, asked, who run the vacuum that time? And the guy said, your son did. I said, yeah, that was me. And all that. And she said, oh, okay, you used a Kirby. And, yeah, there was quite a bit of dirt in it, and, my mom then said she wanted to get a Kirby. So, here comes the G5. Okay, so my aunt, Lorraine, I'm gonna call her Lorraine, that's not her name. And, she got a house somewhere, I don't remember where, but there was a lot of woods around and all that. In the house was a Kirby. My mom bought it from her because I think she had back problems, so she couldn't carry the Kirby anywhere and all that. So, my mom bought the Kirby. We didn't have bags for it, and it didn't have any bags in it. It didn't have a bag in it. So, I had to wait a while. My mom ordered some bags, and, yeah, we just had to wait. And I was getting tired of waiting, honestly. Little impatient, kid. And, yeah, when the bags finally came, they were the brown bags. They weren't the HEPA bags. They were the brown bags like what's in my G5. So, yeah, after that, I just went to town having a blast, vacuuming with the Kirby and all that. And, yeah, it was so much fun. I wanted to use it to clean up Charlie's mess, but Mom wouldn't let me. She didn't want me to break it or clog it up. Now I know that wouldn't have broke it or hurt it by any means, because y'all saw how much the Centria crunched it up and all that, and then the G6 2001 at that. So, yeah, I went nuts with the Kirby, going around the house and all that. And, of course, I wanted to play around, sitting down, had the bag detached from the little clip, using the little bag clip where it's kind of outposted. Well, I don't know if this looks like my left here, like it's going through the left, but you know this is the right side anyway. She told me to pick the bag up, put it back on, and I did. Anyway, yeah. Now we're getting to the ones that wasn't here. Okay, so up in Michigan, my uncle had a green dirt devil, I think it was a Featherlight, and a purple Hoover Elite. Oh wait, there was one more that was here. The Hoover Preferred. You know, like the round bag ones that I have. Yeah, my mom, I believe, bought it at an estate sale, or maybe it was a thrift store, to give to our friend Cynthia, because she moved to Florida, and she didn't have a vacuum. Well, I went to town on the back porch with it and all that. I think my mom used it inside a little bit, and I went over there, and she let me use that one and all that. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I forgot one. The super light over here. I might as well grab this one because it's so lightweight and little. The super light. Now, since this one's out here, I might as well show it. Yeah, this is exactly like the super light I had. And of course, had the same filter in it. I went everywhere with that. I came home from school, and my sister said she had a smiley vacuum for me. Because it's yellow, like the little smiley face things you could get, like for your car or whatever. So yeah, I went nuts with that. Always vacuuming daily, like almost 24/7. Okay, so this video is getting pretty long. I should have done a live stream. And, yeah. The black Hoover, the purple Hoover Elite is what I remember most, because that was a childhood up in Michigan. We went to see my grandmother, and went to the church for Thanksgiving in the basement. And, yeah, the purple Elite. I remember seeing him using it, and, next time we went there for Thanksgiving, I used it. It needed a bag change and all that before I could use it, so he put a bag in it. And, yeah, I didn't quite go to town with that one as much, but later on I wanted it. Then I, of course, saw the two that I showed before, the Kent and the 887, which is right over here. The Kent is in storage. It needs a motor hooked up and all that, and a cord, because the cord is kind of going bad. And yeah, those are childhood sightings. The Elite was a childhood machine. The reason I say that is because I used it. Concept. My grandmother's Hoover Concept U3335. That one I'm after. I want to get that Concept so badly. It's the one that's got the handle like the Power Max I have in here, where it's all at thumb point, self-propelled, you unlock it, and the power switch is at thumb point as well. Blue and white, I believe it is. So yeah, I don't have as much memory with that one either, because I didn't use it all that much. But I saw my mom using it, and I wanted to use it, but I couldn't because we were in a hurry to get home because our vacation was over. So anyway, yeah, the Hoover convertible. A Hoover convertible U4307. That was with the Legacy in my Papa's old house. Again, every single day that I went out there to my sister's house, went out there, ran that vacuum, couldn't do it too much, or couldn't stop at all. So yeah, same thing as the legacy. Now, last one for this video. My sister had the same sister that owned my Papa's old house and paid for electricity. There was a tan Hoover wind tunnel. It's the same color as my tan self-propelled, but it's not self-propelled. It's just a wide path, same setup as my mom's old wind tunnel. And yeah, I remember always asking her to use that, and then when I finally could, it was hard to push because she put a brand new bag in it. Wind tunnels are always powerful, unless you count most of the newer ones. They're not as powerful as the old bagged ones, because they have a cyclone for it to have to go through and all that. But anyway, yeah, my sister owned a wind tunnel as well. It was the tan wide path. Power switch down here at the base of the handle and all that. Like, handles right here, and you can't even see my other hand going for a power switch. And all that because, well, it was behind the back door, pretty much. And yeah, I used that one quite a bit over there. Don't remember too much about it because, again, most of my childhood machines were here that I used the most. So yeah, I have a few of them. I'm still after the childhood siding convertible. Apparently, that one I have in here with the stripe bag, the blue stripe bag, is not what it was, because my cousin, the Devil Dog Leader 1987, actually went in that house and he showed me some old pictures from those disposable cameras that you have to go get developed. It was a Ranger convertible. It didn't have a stripe bag, but it was still a blue bag with a light colored pattern on it. So yeah, still after it. I'm still looking for that one. Unfortunately, the thing got tossed because it was in a house that carpenter ants were eating from the inside out, and it was falling in that room where the vacuum was. So I don't know if it was savable or salvageable or what, so no telling there. So yeah, that's pretty well all the stories I have. But I do remember a story about that last one. I would always go into that old house, no matter how bad a condition it was in. It was falling apart, ceiling caving in, and all that. Always went in, trying to go in anyway, to find it. Of course, my sister and my mother told me I can't go in there, it's dangerous. Not to mention all the wasps' nests and hornets' nests. But I didn't listen. Every time their backs were turned, I always made an attempt to go get it. So yeah, the wind tunnel, the wide path, I don't have too much memory with it. It was a childhood machine though, because I used it. The Legacy, the purple wind tunnel, non-wide track, the Kirby G5, which I have now, the Diamond Edition, again I have it, the Preferred, and of course, the star of my childhood, the Smiley Vac. So I gotta smile while I'm holding it. I know I look like a prisoner being booked for mugshot, but oh well. But still, Gotta smile while I'm holding it. It's just a tradition that I have. But anyway, that's all for this one. I may, if I remember anything else, you can go subscribe to my vlog channel and get notified about that. And I may tell other stories about this if I remember anything else. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Tell me how y'all liked it. Tell me what y'all want to see. I'll see what I can do, how I can do it, and when I can do it, and if I can do it. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more vacuum content. And until next time, bye y'all.